Okay, picking up where we left off, we're talking about group bys. We're going to do one more group by. Instead of doing the sum, the count, we're going to do a sum of the number of beds. Okay? So same thing. Instead of doing a count, I'm going to swap this out and say sum, and then the number of beds in each cell, or actually the total bed count. Okay, so this would be select prison, sum of the bed count from cell, group by prison ID. Make sense? So, prison ID number 1, 2, 3, 4 has got 6. Cool. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do one of those simple joins. Not a very complex one. We're just going to join prison with cell, right? Not a big deal. So here we go. Let's just start from the beginning. So I just say select asterisk from prison. And then I want to do an inner join on prison ID is equal to, inner join, I forgot. Inner join cell on that cell prison ID. Okay, kind of makes sense. I'm just joining the two together, right? Cool. Now this is pretty straightforward stuff, I think. But I've got some duplicate columns in here. For example, I've got the prison ID and the prison name and address, the city and state, the warden, and then I got the prison ID again, and then the wing and the block and all the rest of that stuff. I don't really need to see the prison ID thing twice, do I? So let's clean that up by removing the duplicate part, all right? So let's do that. So instead of using asterisk, I'm going to say, I'm just going to do the columns that I want. Prison ID. Let's just do prison name. Address, city, state, zip, warden, wing or block, cell number, cell size, bed count, and that's it, bed count. Okay, so is this going to work? It says, hey, there's some ambiguity here. There's two things called prison ID. Which one do you want? Now, the absurdity of this is it doesn't really matter which one. But the machine is not smart enough to figure that out. So you're going to have to specifically tell it. So how do you remove the ambiguity? By putting the table name in here. So prison dot removes the ambiguity. Cool? All right. So now I don't have the prison ID showing up in my list twice. Make sense? Okay. And how did I remove the ambiguity? By using table dot name cell. Okay, cool. All right, so let's do a join for cell and inmate. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to say select from. Let's start with cell, and then I'm going to say inner join inmate on cell number equals inmate cell number. Okay, so let's run this and go, sorry, hang on, daggone it. Cell number. Helps if you spell it right. Okay. So I did that, but that's not exactly what I had in mind because there's multiple cell numbers from different prisons. And John Doe is currently not assigned to two different prisons. Okay? So if we go back and look at the relationship between the inmate and cell is very complex. It's not just the cell number. It's also the prison and the wing. So this makes this one a little complicated. All right, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to tell it the fact that there are 3 things in here that make this thing work. All right. So here I want to just keep going and say and cell dot prison ID is equal to inmate prison ID. No, I'm not even done yet. And then it'd be cell dot wing or block is equal to inmate wing or block. Okay, let's try that. All right, so now John Doe is only actually assigned to 1 particular prison. He's not assigned to 2 or 3 prisons. Cool. Now David Smith apparently is a roommate because David Smith and John Doe are both in the same cell, in the same wing, in the same prison. Okay, that kind of sort of makes sense. Okay. Now, I'm going to do one that's even more complicated. I'm going to combine all these suckers together. So now that I got that part work, so I've got cell and inmate. So now I'm going to join that again. I'm going to join that with the prison. So Microsoft Access requires this to be put in parentheses. I hate that because I don't like showing you things that you're not going to use later on. And then I'm going to say inner join to prison, where one of the prison IDs, and quite frankly, it doesn't matter which one. Cell will be fine with me. Prison ID is equal to prison ID. See how I just keep adding on to the thing? Okay, let's run this. Whoop. Inner join. Oh, I put the parentheses in the wrong spot. Sorry. There. What? Oh, doggone it. Boy, I have lost my mind. On. Yay! So now we have John Doe. He's assigned to 1 prison, and if you scoot all the way over and get the warden's name. Okay. We have reached the end of the drills. I hope this was helpful. Please do use this example that's posted in lecture notes to do your own drills. Go over and just do what I said that you need to be done. Select all prisoners where the last name equals, or starts with the letter J or ends with the letter T. Okay? All right, we are done. See you guys again in the next video.